Today we're ranking NBA small forwards without knowing who's next. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I was looking at my videos. We've done point guards and centers and compared it to some of the stuff I saw on TikTok. We be low-key doing all right. We've been doing all right in this, you know what I'm saying? So we're trying to keep that streak alive. We're talking about small forwards, and there's gonna be some discrepancies here. I might consider somebody small forward. You might see them as a shooting guard of a team or a power forward of a team. Just relax. It's Kenny 2. There's no stress involved on this channel. If you missed part 1 and part 2, we use this wheel, we spin it, and we get the person of that position, and I gotta pick what spot. All right, you understand how I go. What am I explaining this for? And again, I keep forgetting there's sound on this wheel, but this is a really, really good wheel. I haven't seen any biases in it. Starting off with the Clippers. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Clip gang and don't bang. No, I've never heard a Clippers fan ever say that, but I knew they had t-shirts and hoodies made. It's gonna be Wall / Reggie Jackson at the 1. It's going to be Norman Powell. This is my assumption of their starting lineup. Norman Powell, Paul George, Kawhi, and Zubac. So I'm looking at Paul George as that small forward around there. And if I'm thinking about Paul George as a small forward over there, I'm feeling good about putting Paul George at 2. I like he can't go 1. He definitely can't go 1, but it feels weird to on the first spin put somebody at 1 if it ain't the bona fide #1 top person at that position. So I'm putting them at 2. Next, we have Memphis Grizzlies. My assumption of their lineup is going to be Ja Bane Brooks. Ja Bane Brooks. And if that's the case, I'm putting Dillon Brooks at the 4. Because I do believe there's going to be some starting small forwards worse than him. But he's solid, but he ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't number 3 on the list, I don't think. This is where RJ Barrett will come into play. Right? Yeah. What am I thinking about? Evan Fournier is at the 2. I'm saying RJ is technically the 3. And if that's the case, I'm putting RJ at the 3. He's the 3 on his team, and he's the 3 on my list right now. We need a center. We need a center. We need somebody in the 5 spot, and we need somebody in the 1 spot. I'm just so used to the 5 being seen as my center. Okay, we got Clippers again. All right, I can't go twice to the same team. Y'all understand that because there's only one starting small forward on every roster. All right, give me somebody either bad or good. We're getting Pistons, which is like Saddiq Bey. Dang, we got to throw Saddiq Bey at the 5, bro. Saddiq Bey, underrated NBA player, but obviously I can't put him over Paul George, and the only option I had is the 5. We need somebody elite at the 1. We're not getting that. We're getting Sacramento Kings. Boom, boom, boom. I'm guessing it's going to be Keegan Murray. This is a bad run. Keegan Murray at the 1. Paul George, RJ. We could have just went Paul George at the #1 spot, but I was tripping, man. All right, let's go again. Run number 2. We will not stop until we get one that I feel confident in, all right? That is the goal of every single one of these videos. We start off with Dillon Brooks again. I feel confident with putting Dillon Brooks back at the 4. Because there's moments where Dillon Brooks looks really solid, and there's moments that make me want to pull my hair out of my scalp when I watch Dillon Brooks play basketball. Next, we got Utah Jazz. Next, we got Utah. They traded Royce O'Neal. So is it going to be Bogdan? Okay, I'm going to an article. It might be Bogdanovich because Jared Vanderbilt is probably starting at the 4 now. I'm going to look it up just to be sure. Yeah, they got Bogdanovich here. Oh, man. Bogdanovich versus Dillon Brooks is the conversation we're thinking about right now. Let's do some quick Googles. 18. He's definitely not the player that he used to be. But low-key, I didn't realize he was back at 18. 18 is really solid, bro. 18 versus, and I'm not even just looking at pure stats like that because obviously Dillon Brooks won't compare. It's so close. Why did I not see Dillon Brooks average 18? Bro, Dillon Brooks averaged 18 this year. Huh. All right, him versus Bogdanovich. It's a coin toss. The shooting splits on Bogdanovich look a lot better. I'll put Bogdanovich at 3. But I mean, but Dillon Brooks also is a defender though. I'm putting Bogdanovich at the 5. Cause the defense, I gotta go with the defense, man. Bogdanovich, they had to trade Rudy Gobert because they couldn't defend anything at the perimeter. He was part of that. So I'm going Dillon Brooks. Again, there are times when you make me want to pull my hair out. Like a game like this where he shoots 5 for 18. A game like this where he shoots 3 for 18 in the playoffs. I'm sticking with it, bro. Don't take it too seriously, man. We move, man. We move. We just got to hope that the next 3 people we spin are significantly better than those 2, and we in a good spot. This is going to be Michael Porter Jr. We have... Oof. I'm putting MPJ at 3. It's been a minute, but last time we saw MPJ, he was an elite level scorer, catch and shoot over everybody. It don't matter how tall you are. This is why we reserve that, because we have Jason Tatum at the 1. I'm not even thinking about that. JT, you're going at the 1, because I'm thinking about their starting lineup. Of course, Al Horford being the 4, and then Robert Williams being the 5. So this is the last spin. We need another all-star caliber guy. We're getting Washington Wizards, who in this case is probably going to be like a Rui Hachimura, Denny Abdia modes. Basically, what I'm saying is, this is a bad run too. This is a bad one. That's fine. That's fine, because it's the 1. They say third time is the charm. Starting, bro, I'm done. I refuse to give Dylan Brooks on this. Not doing 3 times in a row, bro. There's 30 teams, and we landed on Memphis 3 times. Okay, Atlanta Hawks. Interesting. Deandre Hunter. Where do we start Deandre Hunter? You know what? I'm putting Deandre Hunter at the 4. Even though the last memory I have of him is in that one playoff elimination game, he was playing really, really great. But overall, I'm putting him at 4. Every time I do a video like this, I start to think, dang, I don't really know a lot, do I? I'm just out here going with the vibes. Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton's a 2, bro. Chris Middleton's 2. Chris Middleton's got to be 2. Chris Middleton is an all-star caliber player that don't make it every single season, but there's not a lot of small forwards better than him. That's just a fact. But there are some, and we got to hope that we land on one of those teams that have it. This is like Chris Duarte, right? Gonna be like Chris Duarte. But I do want to Google check it just to make sure. Okay, they got Buddy Hield here technically. Buddy Hield versus DeAndre Hunter is very, very interesting. I'm putting Buddy Hield at 5. Putting Buddy Hield at 5. I think the DeAndre Hunter's versatility on defense makes him a little bit better than Buddy. Similar to what I just said with Dylan Brooks and Bogdanovich. We land on the Lakers, who's starting small forward is LeBron James. They're starting small forward is LeBron because they refuse to make Anthony Davis run the 5. So they probably gonna have Thomas Bryant at the 5, AD at the 4, Bron at the 3. Bron, you're going number 1. Oh man. Okay, so we need to get a player that's worse than Chris Middleton, but better than DeAndre Hunter, and that we feel good about this one. MPJ would be great. Sadiq Bey is back. I think these last 3 players, you can argue one way or another, I think. Let's say 3 and 4. Let's say 3 and 4 you can argue. So overall, this is a solid run, but it's far from the perfect run, and I'm here until I get a run that I feel perfect about. And this one wasn't it. Last run is about to be the best run. That's just the way it's about to go. Mikhail Bridges. I'm putting... I gotta put Mikhail at 3. Because I've been thinking about Chris Middleton's types, and Chris Middleton type's better than Mikhail Bridges, but maybe not good enough to be number 1. So that's my mindset as we get Atlanta Hawks again. I'm putting Hunter at the 4. Boston Celtics? No. How are they running a lineup this year? Let's see what Bleacher Report has to say about it. They're saying Joe Harris. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm putting Joe Harris at... I got no choice but to put him at 5. Like Joe Harris's game a lot. It was not an amazing last season or so for him. I mean, last time he played. But I can't put him at 2 and I can't put him at 1. So Joe Harris is moving over to the 5. Give me 2 all-star caliber players, and I will say this is pretty solid. I will say it's pretty solid. We're going... Give me Clippers. Give me Clippers. Is that Clippers? Paul George, you're going at the 1. PG-13 is the 1. This might be the run. We need one more all-star. We need one more all-star caliber player. Just one more all-star caliber, or just maybe a tier below that. Okay, we already got that. We gonna keep it moving. We already got the Brooklyn Nets. No. We already got the Brooklyn Nets. I should low-key put it to where it removes the team, just so we don't have dupes coming up. We got 76ers, which is probably Tobias Harris. Yep. Because I'm assuming that they're gonna start PJ Tucker at the 4. This time around, it sucked.